Hi everyone, this is a day number 4, and you previously were assigned with an activity which was the conversation. Okay, you have to listen, you have to practice with your partners the conversation, switch roles, and now you complete the conversation with a different category because the category you complete was a vocabulary. Today, you are going to complete a similar activity with different category of words. Let me show you in which consists this activity. This is a complementary activity 1, okay, which is very similar to the last activity, but pay attention because this was related, the first activity was related to vocabulary, but the second one is different. Okay, the second one is focus on verb section. Okay, it's focus on verb section. So let's complete the activity and do the same. We are going to repeat the audio. The idea of repeat the audio is not just to listen, okay, it's also to listen and speaking. That's why you have, you are free to pause the video and retake the practice of the pronunciation. You can pause the video the times you need. I always repeat that. You know, it's very important for you to go on your own pace, step by step. No, so you are free to do that and practice. The idea is not just listen, no, you listen and at the same time practice your speaking. You stop the audio, practice your speaking, continue playing the audio and stop on the times you need to. Okay. So in this part, we are going to do the same, listen 3 times, okay? This is going to be individual first. You listen 3 times. Don't complete at the beginning don't take notes. At the first listening, don't take notes. In the third listening, yes, you can take notes of your ideas, the ideas you keep in mind, okay? When you finish this, you have for this activity 15 minutes. When you finish with the 2 dialogues, please share with your partners, and compare your answers. Compare your answers. Very good. So complete the activity, please. Excellent, my friends. Now I feel and I know you are even more familiar with the context, the vocabulary, the verbs, and even other words, okay? Now, this is the last listening exercise. The conversation, complementary activity to conversation 1, and the other 2, of course, okay? With this section, you are going to focus on the expressions, okay? For example, if in this activity you feel you don't need to listen more than 3 times, it's okay. Pause the video and with you 2 listenings, if you feel confident, if you know the answers, just you are free to take your notes, and then when you finish, of course, if your partner or your peer needs to take extra time for this exercise, please let's give them the time they need, okay? But if you feel in the second listening, you are ready, understood the ideas, it's okay, it's okay. You know how fast you are learning, okay? But it's little by little, of course, for everyone. No, not all the people learn on the same pace, okay? So let's stay for this just 7 minutes, not too much, not 15, 7 minutes to complete this because I know you are more familiar with this. And we are going to return. Okay. Okay, I know you are totally ready to start recording your voices. Okay. For this last activity, the last activity are divided in 3 parts. A video, writing part, okay, and the last one, which is an individual recording of voice. Okay, let me show you what in which consists the video. You choose just only one dialogue or conversation. You can choose you can choose the number 1, arriving at photo, or conversation activity, getting to the restaurant, which is a little longer. But my advice for you is that you choose the one you feel more comfortable. But if I were you, I would choose the longer, because you have the opportunity to moderate the vocabulary, change, accommodate different vocabularies, and use other different expressions and verbs. But if you feel confident using the short one, it's okay. It's your decision, okay? So now, my friends, until this point, I hope you listened, your pronunciation be better than the beginning of this unit, okay? So I hope you pronounce like a little more, like you do your effort to try to mark, to pronounce clearly the words. If you want to exaggerate, it's okay. For me, it's perfect because I could see your efforts. So do it, please. Okay? Don't be embarrassing. Don't be embarrassed about that. Just do it. And until this part, okay, you have to choose one conversation, as I explained you, and with your partner, you are going to record a video on Zoom of the 2 of you practicing this conversation. And the sounds have to be more clear, well pronounced. The pronunciation has to be good, not excellent, but good. I'm going to see if your tone of voice is correct. And you have to sound a little fluent. Not, I mean, don't read in this way, no? I agree with you. Do you remember my sister Claudia? Well, she has similar utensils like those at home. Now, try to sound with the knowledge of the pronunciation you have. Try. I agree with you. Do you remember my sister Claudia? That's why you need to listen, to imitate, to copy the sound, the correct sound. Okay, so your pronunciation has to be more native, a little, okay, not perfect, but well pronounced, okay? That is the video. I want to see your faces, your expressions. You can take some objects in the video. If you are talking about the forks, go to your kitchen and bring some forks, some utensils. Go, please, touch the things. Connect the object and idea, okay? That is in the video. In the number 2, which is the part of the writing, in pairs 2, you are going to create, okay, not copy, create a dialogue, conversation of 10 lines, okay? This conversation of 10 lines needs to have the combination of, you can choose restaurant or hotel. The combination of the expressions verbs, modals, and also the idioms. You can use the 2 idioms or just one of them. Okay. Now, before you create, I forgot to explain this part. Before you create the dialogue, the conversation, let me show you what you are going to do. This is my whiteboard. Before creating the conversation, you are going to look for new categories. It's important. New categories for restaurants. Do you understand when I'm referring to categories? For example, are all the vocabularies that we didn't see in the unit but are connected to the restaurant context or hotel context. For example, restaurant, you can say, I don't know, chairs. I don't know what else you can find in a restaurant that we didn't see during the unit. Okay, chairs, maybe you have customers, maybe you have dishes, desserts. Okay, you number at least 10 words for each category. Category, for example, restaurant. Restaurant is a category. And hotel is another category. Hotels is another category. Okay, so you write hotels and other 10 words related to the hotel context. I mean, you can see parking, swimming pool, I don't know, the beach, 10 different words for each category, okay? You have 10 for hotels and 10 for restaurants. You are going to do this first, okay? You are going to create categories for each context, for restaurant context and hotel context. And in the flashcards, you are going to write these categories. You are going to write these categories. Okay. Then when you finish to complete the categories, 10 words per restaurant and hotels. Okay. We are going to use this and this. You have make a conversation. Ten lines. You choose restaurant context or a hotel context, any of this. Okay, you choose a context. Use the expressions, vocabulary, and idioms. And the verbs too, of course. And the verbs too. Okay. You are going to do this. This is going to be the writing part. And the last activity, which is the number 3, is to record an audio with your conversation and moderate. It means use your new categories of words to complete, no, use the new categories of words in your conversation. In the first one, in the writing part, you use the resources we already know. We studied before. We had in this course. But in the record version, you can use the same structure of your conversation, but you have to change the different categories. I mean, add new vocabulary, use different measure words, okay? I want to listen linking words too. In your conversation, in your audio, in your final record, I want to listen linking words, the good pronunciation of the modal should, would, and could, and the sound of the T, okay? And the categories of the new categories in your dialogue, in your conversation, okay? The new categories, a new vocabulary you can add to this, okay? So you have 3 activities for this last part. Remember, if you have any question, you can ask me through my WhatsApp on Fridays at night and on Saturdays in the morning until 12 p.m. Okay, my friends. Okay, I think we finished with this activity. It's a little longer, but it's really useful. And then you are going to realize why we are doing all this system, okay? All this system of words searching, practicing the listening, the speaking. Yeah, we need to connect all. It's important. Thank you so much for your participation of today and see you on Friday. Bye-bye.